Not the peaceful kind, but the uncomfortable silence that clings to places meant to be busy. The bus stop on Maple Avenue was usually loud engines rumbling, people arguing into phones, footsteps rushing somewhere important. But that evening, as rain hovered in the gray sky, there was a pocket of stillness at the far end of the bench. And in the middle of it sat a small girl. She couldn't have been more than 10 years old. Her clothes were thin, her shoes soaked through, and her hands rested tightly on a white cane that looked too big for her frame. Her eyes were open, but unfocused, staring past the road, past the people, into nothing at all. Daniel slowed his steps. As a single dad, he had trained himself not to ignore things like this. Ever since his wife passed 3 years ago, it was just him and his 8-year-old son, Noah. Life had hardened him in some ways. Long shifts, unpaid bills, constant exhaustion, but it had also sharpened his sense of responsibility. Especially when it came to kids. He told himself someone would come back for her. 5 minutes passed, then 10. The bus came and went. People got on. People got off. The girl stayed. Daniel stood there, conflicted. He was already late picking up Noah from after-school care. If he intervened and things got complicated, he could lose his job. If he didn't, he knew that guilt would sit heavy on his chest all night. He stepped closer. "Hey there," he said gently. "Are you waiting for someone?" The girl flinched slightly, then straightened. "Yes, sir." Her voice was calm, but too rehearsed. Like she'd practiced sounding brave. "How long have you been waiting?" "I'm not sure," she replied. "Time feels different when you can't see." That sentence hit him harder than he expected. Daniel crouched to her level. "What's your name?" "Lily." "Lily, do you know who you're waiting for?" "My uncle," she said quickly. Too quickly. He went to buy tickets. Daniel glanced around. No man running late. No worried adult scanning the road. Just rain starting to fall. "Do you have a phone number I can call?" he asked. She shook her head. "I'm not allowed to use phones." Another red flag. Daniel exhaled slowly. "Lily, I'm a dad. I wouldn't be talking to you if I didn't think something was wrong. Can you tell me the truth?" For a moment, she said nothing. Then her shoulders trembled. "He told me to stay here," she whispered. "He said he'd be back before dark." Daniel's chest tightened. "When was that?" "Yesterday." The word hung in the air like a punch. Yesterday. Daniel felt anger rise. Hot, sharp, protective. But he kept his voice steady. "Did he leave you food?" She shook her head again. "Did anyone come check on you?" No. Rain soaked her hair now, water dripping from the ends onto her hands. She didn't move, as if she'd learned that moving without permission made things worse. Daniel stood up and made a decision he wouldn't regret. "Lily," he said, taking off his jacket and gently placing it around her shoulders, "you're not staying here anymore." Her head snapped up. "But he said." "I know," Daniel said softly. "But sometimes adults break promises. And sometimes other adults step in." She hesitated. Are you a good person?" Daniel swallowed. "I try to be." He called the after-school center, apologized, and explained. Then he contacted local authorities and waited with Lily in his car, heater blasting, while she clutched the jacket like it was the only safe thing left in the world. At the police station, Lily barely spoke. She answered questions politely but vaguely. No records came up. No missing person reports. No uncle on file. That's when the social worker arrived. Her name was Karen, and the moment she heard Lily speak, her face changed. "Where did you learn to talk like that?" Karen asked gently. "My mother taught me," Lily replied. Karen froze. "Your mother didn't pass away?" "No," Lily said quietly. "She sings on the radio sometimes." Daniel blinked. "What?" Karen pulled Daniel aside. I think this child might be the Lily Hart." The name meant nothing to him. Karen continued, voice low. "Lily Hart is the daughter of a well-known humanitarian speaker. Her family keeps her life extremely private due to threats and past incidents." Daniel felt his stomach drop. Then why was she? "Because someone tried to get money," Karen said. "A distant relative. He took her under the pretense of care. We believe he abandoned her when things didn't go as planned." Daniel stared through the glass at Lily, now sitting quietly, fingers tracing the seams of his jacket. Poor, blind, abandoned. None of it was what it seemed. Yet none of it changed the truth. She was still just a child left alone, Daniel said. Karen nodded. Exactly. That night, Lily stayed in protective care. But before she left, she asked one thing. Can I say goodbye to him? Daniel knelt in front of her. Of course. She reached out, searching the air until her hand found his sleeve. Thank you for seeing me. He frowned. What do you mean? Most people walk past, she said softly. They think because I'm blind, I don't notice. But I do. I hear footsteps speed up. I feel the air change. Daniel felt tears burn his eyes. You stopped. Weeks passed. Life returned to its routine. Work, parenting, exhaustion. But Lily never left his mind. Then one afternoon, a letter arrived. Inside was a handwritten note, shaky but careful. Dear Daniel, I'm safe now. I have a house with a garden and wind chimes I can hear at night. My mom says you didn't save me because of who I am. You saved me because of who you are. She says that matters more. Love, Lily. Attached was a photo. Lily smiling, standing between two adults. Daniel sat down heavily. That evening, Noah asked, Dad, why are you smiling like that? Daniel pulled him into a hug. Because the world isn't as broken as it feels sometimes. Years later, Daniel would tell Noah this story whenever life felt unfair. He wouldn't talk about fame or money or shock twists. He'd talk about a rainy bus stop, a quiet child, and the moment he chose not to walk away. Because sometimes, the most stunning truth isn't who someone turns out to be.